Hey, 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 what's up, people? It's your girl Shasta over here on Shasta Speaks. And I just wanted to hop on for a second and talk about this new show Carlos King has out called Reality with the King, Huntsville Edition. Um, it seems as though it's just going to be a couple episodes leading up to the second half of the season that's getting ready to come out on November 2nd for LAMH Huntsville. And so this week, his first guest, I'm sure everybody saw, was Stormy Still. And I'm going to be honest, I mostly wanted to check it out because I wanted to see if she was going to elaborate or announce whether or not she is coming back to Love and Marriage Huntsville or, what her plans are because there's been a lot of speculation out there. There's been a lot of, it sounds like she has been alluding to the fact that she may not be returning to Love and Marriage Huntsville. So I, was checking it out because I was like, let me slide over here and see, you know what I'm saying? If there's going to be any type of um uh elaboration or if she's going to elaborate on that on that platform. So I did, there's you know a couple things stood out to me in that sit down, because it was more so just like a recap of the show. It definitely reminded me of the previous show he had, I think called Nightcap or something like that. Um, but it kind of gave Messy Monday, like he does with Dr. Heavenly. The difference is that they're actually playing the clips and things like that. I mean, all these things to me are very much the same. All these different things that he's doing as it pertains to his shows and how he'll have these discussions about different show episodes and things like that. It's all the same to me. It's just the formula within itself still looks and feels the same. Um, it's still very much, Carlos King throwing out questions, throwing out different things, trying to be careful with how he says things or careful with the words that he's using in certain situations, but his facial expressions and different things tell a different story. And at this point, I don't even like I listen, I didn't I total transparency, I did not check it out for him. I didn't. I did not check it out for him. I checked it out because I wanted, like I just said, I wanted to see if she was going to say anything about whether or not she was leaving the show. So there's a couple of clips from um this sit down because I'm struggling with what to call it. Is it an interview? Is it a sit down? Is it I don't even know what to call it. So I'm gonna just say the sit down that he did with Stormy. There's a couple of clips I want to show of things that stuck out to me from it, from that sit down. Um and from there, I think we can all draw our own conclusions, right? Of whether or not we think that Stormy is actually coming back or if she is possibly going to do something else. Um, One thing before I get into the clips, just a couple of the questions. One of the questions that he asked her was, who holds the most grudges? Who y'all think she said? If you said Melody, you are correct. She said male. Okay. She said male holds the most grudges. And she said Tisha is second in that. Um, there was also a clip in there where Carlos asked her what she calls her fan base and what's the name of her fan base, because of course his fan base is the Raindrops. And she said, um, she was like, "Well, you call them the Storm Chasers." So I guess that's gonna be the name for her fan base, the Storm Chasers. And she said her fan base is about peace, love, positivity, getting millions, things like that. Um, and before I get too far into this, let me do my housekeeping. Everything that all things discussed on this channel are alleged. In my opinion, they are for entertainment purposes only. And also, let me just put this banner up here for the clip that I'm going to show, or the couple clips that I'm going to show, that the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 does make allowance for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. And yeah, just want to make sure that I did put that up there before I share the clips. So the first clip that I'm going to show, they were talking about the Lovers and Friends gala, okay? And they were talking about how Trish and Ken were selected for the Lovers and Friends gala. And Carlos was kind of, joking that he wasn't asked to be in it. And Stormy, was like, "You would have been in," and he was like, "Yeah," and kind of was like, "You want this body or whatever." And so let me show you this clip, and then we'll come back to what I was talking about.
And then you exhale and you squint your eyes. So next season, can I be your Galata model? Yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. Oh, God.
Okay. Y'all clock that T? Did anybody clock that? I just because what he said was, just in case you didn't hear it, because I don't know how the volume is on your side. But what he said was, so next season, I can be your Galentine model or whatever. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And then you saw her reaction after she said yes. And then she was like, "You see how you," I'm just saying. So is she leaving Love and Marriage Huntsville? Is she possibly going to another show? Is she possibly getting her own show? I don't know. Is it a situation where she stopped filming for this season? Because I do think, she did say that we were going to see her a couple more episodes, then we won't see her no more. Did she stop filming for a while and maybe had to figure some things out, maybe had to reset, maybe was thinking about leaving the show, and maybe, Carlos is trying to get her to stay on the show. I don't know, y'all, but that little bit right there made me go, hmm. Was she leaving? Was she considering leaving? And did she sit out the rest of the season? And maybe this is him trying to be like, come on back or whatever. Or again, like I said, maybe she's going to be. I've heard stuff about she could possibly go to Bell Collective because she has good relationships with some of the ladies there and different things. Or I know she's been going back and forth to LA for different things with her brand, and then the pregnancy journey she's trying. I think the surrogate journey she's trying to have. So who knows? I don't know, but I thought that was interesting. Y'all drop down in the comments and tell me your thoughts. What do you get from that clip? It was interesting to me. Okay. The next clip that I'm gonna show. So I when the whole Destiny Sunny Moses thing came about, I just kind of felt like Stormy through subtle, just a little subtle shade at Sunny, nothing too crazy. But definitely on the girls' trip when she kind of made the comment about why would Sunny even want that up in her, and she knew it had been up in Destiny, talking about Moses and blah blah blah. And um I just always was kind of like chopping it up as Stormy and Destiny are now cool. And so of course she gonna be, you know what I'm saying? She gonna be Team Destiny because that's her girl now, type of thing. But check out this clip right here because now I'm just like, what if there was a reason per se, um, why it ended up that way? Check this out.
You worked with Sunny when she was producer.
They were close. Like Sunny was like Team Destiny. It was a lot.
Did she wear Team Destiny's t-shirt?
Might as well. You know what I'm saying? Like her Team Destiny was like sis. It was like off work. It was like that's my girl. They were so close to the point where Sunny would talk about me to Destiny when I was a cast member. I could put through the walls, bitch. Yeah.
What was she saying? Allegedly.
A lot. She was like, she talked about my lips.
Saying what?
She said they touched my nose.
I want this body glaze to be about them.
Uh huh. Huh? So was there somewhat of a little bit of she didn't really see it for Sunny anyway? Huh? Before the whole thing with her messing with Moses or whatever, whatever. Did she hear, like she just said, she could hear, she was like, I can hear through the walls, big. So did she hear Sunny saying different stuff about her to Destiny? And that already had made her have a sour taste about Sunny from the get-go? So when the stuff came about with Moses, it was pretty like, oh, okay. Because we saw her and Destiny, they talked, they didn't hash out their differences, they didn't, did they whole kumbaya. They're in a really, really, really good place. And so even if there were certain things that Destiny may have said when her and Sunny were talking, I feel like her and Stormy probably talked about whatever that was and hashed all that out. What probably hasn't happened because of the fact that Stormy is definitely Team Destiny. And she did say at the end of this sit down with Carlos that she definitely believes everything that Destiny's saying about how all of this went on and how it all happened. Um, Stormy and Sunny probably have not had a really good conversation. And so Sunny has not probably had that opportunity to really maybe apologize or even say why she may have said some of the things she said on the other side of that wall. Who knows what they were? But I'm just saying, when you already have a sour taste for somebody in mouth because of stuff you didn't heard them saying that they didn't even know you would, you know what I'm saying? You already be like, I ain't fucking with that bitch. Period. So I just feel like that now kind of makes me go, she probably already didn't see it for Sunny. You know what I'm saying? And so, that was those two things were the things that stood out to me from the interview or the sit down or shit. Yeah, I don't know what it is. The sit down, the interview, the whatever that Carlos and Stormy did. The next one next week is gonna be him and Marceau, and they're gonna be talking about the girls' trip. That's gonna be interesting because I just wonder what things they're going to touch on. But y'all drop down in these comments. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'm gonna holler at y'all later.